Hey, how's it going, guys? Panulo Films here, and today is a little bit different. Today we're not shooting on the Canon T7i with just a regular 18mm, but we're shooting with the Canon M50 with the 15mm lens for only $600. That's just crazy. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Canon M50, which is absurd. I mean, the different perks that this camera gives is just phenomenal. And let me explain. I know many videos of many people saying that it's not worth it, that okay, it's a crop sensor, or the 4K just makes it really dark, or it doesn't look good. Why pay for extra camera when it's just 1080p? Let me explain why this camera should be your next purchase camera if you do vlogging and if you do B-roll. It's just gonna give you that buttery smooth look with an extra wide angled lens when you vlog. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. I just want to speak about the settings of the camera first. The first thing that I noticed right out of the back was that f-stop is not just 4.0 like the regular stock lens on the Canon T7i, but in fact it is 3.5mm, which you guys know brings more of a depth of field, brings more of that crispiness, and it just looks more real. I am more separated from my background than when I was using my stock lens 18-55 with only f4.0, which is really absurd. And this is the regular stock lens that the M50 brings with the body. The body alone, I believe, is only $550 or something like that, but the bundle in total was actually $650. I got it over at Best Buy, and you can get it on Amazon the same price as well. And that's the only thing that I got. I didn't get any other lens or any other microphones because I already got that. But with the settings, I just want to emphasize on the f-stop with the 3.5, which is absurd. And I've never seen any camera with any stock lens come with an f-stop of 3.5. And again, what am I going to be using the extra 0.5 of f-stop? Well, more depth of field, more crispiness to your video, more of a separation from the subject to the background. Of course, lighting works, you know, the side profile, and then you have just this direct lighting. Yeah, the lighting works, but the f-stop really brings that realistic view that people are wanting, that people are looking for over on YouTube especially. And you're getting this with just buying this camera for $650. You don't have to spend, again, you don't have to spend, let's say $1,000 or $1,200 for a lens just for your Canon that'll probably bring your f-stop to 2.8. Yeah, it'll bring it to 2.8, which is a big difference. But for the 15mm, nothing near. So we'll talk about that later. Next, I want to talk about the ISO. You could bring it down to 800, then it goes to 640, then it goes to 500, then it goes to 400. This actually gives me more stops in my ISO so that I can find that perfect lighting that I was looking for. Because in my Canon T7i, I was noticing that with the ISO at 800, it was still a little bit dark, it was still a little bit dull. But with 1600, it was too bright, it was overexposed. So ISO 1000 is the perfect fit for my needs. And the Canon M50 allows me to do that. The Canon M50 splits up multiple slots of different ISOs in between the regular 200, 100, 400, 800, 1600, 3200. It splits up into 1000. It splits up to 1250 to then 1600. From an ISO of 800, if you don't want it that high, you could bring it down to 640. Or if you want it lower, you could bring it down to 500. Or if you want it even lower, you could bring it down to 400, which is absurd. It gives you more stops in between your ISO, which is really amazing, especially for me as a videographer and as a creator. I want something that is more broad and something that'll bring my level of videography and creativity to another level. So third, I'm going to be speaking about the FPS, the frames per second. And the one major thing is that it shoots in 4K. Yes, I know that the 4K is cropped. Let me just switch that right now. So this is what 4K looks like. Pretty cool. I can just lower my seat here, and it's in 4K. I could back up, and no, I probably won't be able to vlog because this is what it would look like with a GorillaPod. But this is good for studio settings. I could move the camera back, and I could kind of maneuver my way around it. But this is again in 4K. And for a 4K camera, for $650 with the settings that it allows you to do with a wide aperture of 3.5, with the different marks that you can do, that you can move around with the ISO, and with a 4K display. Yeah, it'll be compressed to 1080 for YouTube. Who cares? 4K looks completely different. And with this new upgrade, and of course I'm really late on this review, but for this upgrade, I think Canon is doing a really good job, and I'm all for it. I'm really all for this because I like this. And if you have a tripod, if you have some space, if you don't mind if it's being cropped just a little bit, then there's that. But you can still see a lot sharper. And so if you're a really one-time buyer for cameras, buy this. Don't buy the Canon T7i, which I spent $1,000. Yes. The T7i, it's big. I bought like this extra adapter piece so it could fit 2 cameras, and it feels big, it feels good. You could record easily. With the M50, I gotta give it to you, it's small. Gimbal it up and you'll be totally fine. There's no, I don't think there's a difference. Okay, I don't have money for gimbals, but hey, guess what? If you tell your clients that you have a 4K camera, you're willing to shoot a wedding in 4K while most other videographers have 1080, build your production level and your production quality, more money's gonna flow in. Save up for your new gimbal. This gimbal, $350. That's it, $350. Mostly mirrorless. I fit my T7i on it and it's pretty good. So you would definitely need to save up, but one way to save up is to allow cash to flow. And how does cash flow? By capturing the eyes of your clients. And how you capture the eyes of your clients? 4K footage is the way to go, and I truly believe that, and I truly support that. So let's just go back to that 16mm because that's just all beautiful. The battery life isn't that good on the camera, I give you that. Maybe because it's the 4K, that could be something that's probably mixing with that. But it's not that good. But again, I didn't charge the camera for a really long time, like to its fullest. Right now I'm just charging it just to record this video until like half, so that's why it's dying. Still trying to fix this chair. Third category is the lens. I mean, this is beautiful. You don't have to spend $1,800 or $2,000 for the new 15 to 35mm. Your capability to get a 15mm lens that is super wide. I mean, this was my T7i. This is me recording f4.0 exactly. This is that. But look at that extra view with a wider aperture of 3.5. It's really absurd, and it really blows my mind, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I can even push this back more, but if I do, I'm gonna be showing my whole room. But I like it, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I really love this camera. I am super excited that I was able to purchase this. Now I can charge more. Now I can attract more clients. Now I can deliver something more fulfilling. I'm not saying that my work wasn't as fulfilling before, but now it's just a little bit better. You know when something's just a little bit better because the quality looks a little bit better. And now you can add that to your resume. Now you can add that to your videography resume and to your YouTube resume that you got a 4K camera. They don't gotta know pricing. They just gotta know how your work is, and if your work is reasonable, and if you really do show that you're worth whatever you're charging, then go for it. But just know you're getting 4K quality that not a lot of videographers offer. So with that being said, I'm still not gonna get used to this whole chair thing. If you guys want any other review on the Canon M50, by all means let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to get your hands on the Canon M50, go click the link in my description. I do get something from Amazon. It's Amazon affiliated links, so I do get a little bit of something as a commission for you guys. And I also thank you guys for your purchase and for your love, and also for your support. So I do get a little bit of something for that. So without further ado, that was a little quick review of the Canon M50. I just love it. This is my new vlogging camera because it gives that 15mm lens without me spending so much more money. And that is what YouTube is about, and that is what low budget videography is about. I have a diffuser that is made out of paper towel. Literally, it's paper towel. Keep it back there, and it looks good. Everything looks fine. And so you got to work with what you have. You got to work on your budget, but it'll get there. But before you get there, deliver your product first and deliver what you can offer. And with 4K quality from the M50, I think you could deliver just a little bit more.